How's everybody? I hope everybody really enjoyed the gig we played this weekend, and we're off to do it again this next weekend. I don't know if I'll go live again or not. We'll see. It's more of a serious gig than this last one we played was all like people we're super familiar with, and they don't mind if I am dinking off a little. This is a pretty serious show we're playing this weekend, so I don't know if I'll go live or not. But keep your eyes peeled just in case. I've got Rocks Out of the Tumbler. I don't have a lot of time. I've got to go to work here really soon, but I wanted to keep you guys updated on what's happening over here. So we've looked at some of these before. Second grit, maybe even third grit. Definitely not finished though. And they're finished now, so I'm excited. Hi, Spot. I'm excited to show them to you guys really quickly. I know the light's not quite the best here. I had to just straighten out the blanket, turn on the light, and go live so we could get her done today. Maybe here's an idea. Let's do the zoomy thing. I know we don't get to see the full view this way, but actually this one's really cool. Do I need to move it backward, forward? Oh, that's maybe not the one. I've got a couple of these. These are finished, Spot. I've got a couple of these that have tiny little fossils in them. Try to come back out just a little. There we go. I don't think that's one of them, but I sure do like that red that's in there. Here's a pet wood. Hey, chubby hubby. This one's pretty. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I feel like I might be getting sick again. My throat hurts. My legs hurt again. I hope all is well. I hope all is well too, chubby hubby. I took some Airborne yesterday, hoping that if I took it at, that first little sign of a scratchy throat, that maybe I could kick it quick. This is all stuff that I found out here on the prairie. Look at this little pink one. Look at that agate, big juicy agate. Let's see, I think I've got a... Oh my goodness, this thing is obnoxious, blindingly obnoxious. Prairie agate. That's right, chubby hubby. This is my first batch out of the Tumblebee that my kids got me for Christmas. And it's all stuff that I found. Yeah, Spot, I grabbed it because it was like within arm's reach. And I think the Emergency was like 15, 16 bucks a package, and the Airborne was only like 8. So I love this little piece. All the little banding in it. I like this one too. This one's really wild. Speaking of banding. And again, if I took my rock tumbling seriously, I wouldn't accept things like this, these little cracks and things that would go back if I were a serious rock tumbler. But I want to see them. I'm too dang I know, isn't it cool? It looks like a fancy jasper. I'm too dang impatient to not just get to the end product. Like this one. This is kind of an ugly rock. It might have been a pet wood, it might not have been, but look at all the, you know, imperfections in that one. This turned out nice. I like when I get them polishy enough that they still look wet even though they're dry. Hey Art, how are you? I have to go to work, Art. I'm missing all the mansion fun. But if I'm not mistaken, they're going to do our regular Wednesday thing from the mansion tonight, so I'm really looking forward to that. The Meteorite Mansion, ladies and gentlemen, in full swing in Tucson right now. And yeah, welcome Art. He's one of my meteorite buddies. Also, Art runs a Facebook page, you guys. Is that on Facebook? No, Chubby Hubby. Topher's been going live on YouTube. On Topher Spin Meteorites on YouTube. He's never done a live before and he's been rocking it. All puns intended. So be sure to go subscribe to Topher Spin Meteorites if you want to get involved in some of those live chats. I've seen some of the rock crew over there. The Bear has been there. Spot, were you there the other day? It was one of the other. There were several. I've seen several of the rock hounding group. Oh, the Wednesday thing. Sorry, Chubby Hubby. Yeah, Spot was there the other day. The Wednesday thing is on Zoom. That's a beautiful little agate, especially for the prairie. It's a Zoom meeting, and it's actually open to the public. Get on Topher Spin Meteorites on Facebook, and you can get the Zoom login number. And then the password's always the same. It's always Topher Spin. But yeah, they create an event on Facebook, you know, like Wednesday night event. Every week there's an event created on Facebook. Go check out that event and it'll give you all the details in the description on how to get there. Welcome, Flint Eastwood. Yeah, Spot. I use it sparingly. Art's just happy to be on the right side of the dirt today. He said he's taking in air and everything. Way to go, Art. Oh, I was going to say, Art runs a Facebook page. I was in the middle of saying that. And he shares a lot of, like, just stuff from all over the world. Like, whatever he finds interesting and educational, he shares on his Facebook page. Art, if you could tell us in the chat, what is the name of your Facebook page so we could go find that if we're curious about it? Here, check out this little agate while we're waiting for that information. Yeah, Art is constantly looking stuff up, doing some kind of, oh no, we don't get Art. We'll share that. I'll share that another day, what Art's Facebook is. Like I say, he's just constantly looking things up and doing some research, and when he stumbles across things that he thinks are interesting, he shares them on his Facebook page. Look at all these pretty prairie rocks. I think this one was everyone's favorite, so I'm kind of holding off on that one. I think Karen really liked that one. I like the agate mixed into this one. It's really pretty. This little guy. I got a hair in there somewhere, too. Let me see if I can get rid of that. There it is. All right. Look at that little guy. Hey, took a nice polish. Hi, Jennifer. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday. There's some red for you, chubby hubby. For some reason, I feel like we just looked at this one. One similar. Well, thank you. Spin them right round, baby. It's pretty. Really pretty. I don't find a lot of agates, but I do find a few. I find a lot of jasper and a lot of chert and a whole lot of quartz. I put a piece of quartz in this next barrel when I loaded it up. And I did a whole barrel full of glass like I said I was going to do. I said I was going to try it, and it's on the first grit right now. Little cuties. I'm speeding up a little, going through them. We got one more little box to look at because it's a double barrel. Ooh, I love this one. Let me look at it with my eye really quickly. Yeah. Up here, there's a layer of like clear chalcedony, so when you look through it, I mean, it's not thick, it's pretty thin, but there is a layer of it there that it should read Curious Rockhound. Awesome. Anyway, that's a really pretty rock in hand. And finally, everyone's favorite. Everyone was really digging the kind of blue-gray up against all the rest of that color and pattern. I'm not really sure what it is, but it did turn out really pretty. And then I think Theo Kellison said, I don't ever hand polish cabs anymore. I just tumble them. And I thought, well, I'm willing to try that for sure, especially since I'll cut several pieces and then like actually finish cabs of like maybe just a few. And Spot says, no offense to people who Facebook, but I don't, and I'm keeping it that way. That's totally cool, Spot. I'm very stubborn in a lot of ways like that. Like I didn't have a cell phone for a long time, and I had no intentions on changing that. I don't TikTok, I don't Twitter, I don't Instagram. There's a few that I just am not interested in doing, and that's to each his own. Everybody has their own preference there, I think. So this is what I've always referred to as my favorite rock to work. It's beautiful under the UV. Of course, it isn't showing here on camera how actually pretty it is. A lot of the like blue feldspars and things that are down inside this rock are really, really cool. This was not mine. This was my brother's. And I think he bought it at the gem shop over in Bynum. And he cut it and then started polishing it and then kind of gave up on it. And so I threw it in here and thought, well, there, we'll finish it once and for all. And these were some of the ends off of some of my brother's rocks. And again, they were just going to sit there being rough end cuts, nothing going on with them for the rest of forever until that, you know, the kids showed up and were like, we got you a tumblebee for Christmas. So I'm like, let's tumble this stuff. Yeah, and I should probably, I think TikTok is what my guitar player in the band, I think he puts a lot of his music on TikTok, and I should follow it. I should follow him you know, but I'm so busy I don't have time for another social media platform. I really just don't. What are we looking at next? Let's finish off with some of Brothers stuff here. Nice thick chunky cab if you wanted it to be. And these were all one piece of agate that we had cut. And he finished a couple pieces of this on the flat lap. And again, you finish and when you finish a couple pieces of agate, that sounds all nice and stuff. Oh yeah, nice agate cabochons, but by hand on the flat lap, it takes forever to do an agate. And some of these are pushing it for appropriate size for my little 6-inch flat lap. They're kind of, some of them are a little on the big side. This one's beautiful. It looks like this one could have tumbled a little bit more, like it might have got stuck on the bottom of the tumbler or something, because I do still see a couple saw marks on the edges there. This side took a beautiful polish though. One more Brothers here. And then all of these little guys, these were all Brothers rocks. He cut a bunch of them, and then, you know, in a baggie they went. And they turned out really nice. They're really pretty. Here's another piece of Brothers, another piece of Brothers. And one of them did break, Chubby Hubby. I had one fatality, one casualty. But you know what? I think I could probably fix just that little guy on my cabbing machine, my flat lap, whatever. Blend it on up in there real quick and you'd never know. Oops, kind of out of focus because I'm trying to shove it so close to the camera, sorry. But yeah, we did have one casualty. The agates and stuff, they're so stinking hard that they don't, it takes quite a bit to break them unless they were gonna break anyway. But that little guy was just, I think, a little softer than most of the rest of the stuff. Let's see, everything here left here is my stuff. Stuff that I found. I actually made a cab out of this once, and I had to look really quick. Is it one that I kept? I don't think so. Stress testing my rocks, right, for science and stuff. So there's 2 pieces of that. And here's just a little guy. Little prairie agate. Some kind of a chert, maybe? Are the tumblers surprise? Oh, maybe that's some kind of a little agate, huh? Little prairie agate. Quit licking the mud off your toes. Sorry, she's making slopping noises over here. I love this little piece. I'm glad it polished up nice. Yeah, for sure, Chubby Hubby. If they make it through the tumble, then they're tough enough to be. Here's a little agate that I found. He should go in the other bowl. He shouldn't be in this cab bowl. This actually turned out really pretty. I was super surprised. I cut this quite a while ago, and I was like, oops, sorry, really bright. I was like, what is it? Is it agate? What is it? You know? So I was cutting, really kind of trying to determine what this rock is. This light, good golly. And when I cut it, it looked more like agate, but now that it's polished, like, and of course I can't get it to show, there is just so much like sparkle in there. Like, I don't know, you might even almost call it schiller. And of course I cannot get it to show no matter what I do here. So that actually turned out, that's kind of a pretty little piece. I was shocked how sparkly that was. And then last but not least, let me see if I can get you in here just a little bit more. Because this piece is really cool. Some of the little fossils in here fell out during the polish, but like there's a little crinoid. Maybe one more up here. Tons of little like crinoidal things in there. Some like feldspar flashy pieces. So I'd like to do some more of that for sure. And it's hard. I mean, it made it through a tumble with a bunch of agates. But yeah, just packed full of little crinoidal bits. It's such pretty stuff. Whoops, bang. So that's what I've been up to this week. Of course, I've been up to more. I didn't get a video out this week. How did the Tumblebee perform? I think it did great. It's really quiet compared to the Geo tumbler that I've been running. You know, a lot of how a tumbler performs, I think, boils down to what you put in it. Did you give it a fair chance? You know, did you feed it a bunch of grit grabbing junky rocks, or did you put a bunch of really pretty stuff in there? What kind of grit are you using? I think that's going to make a difference in your outcome as well. So I think it did great. I think it's a great little machine. I mean, did I get my money's worth out of it? I think so. I think it did just fine. So again, a lot of the issues in my rocks are my own fault. A lot of them I should feed it nicer materials sometimes, and a lot of times I just want to see mechanical performance. It's a great little machine, you know, but does it run too fast, run too slow? Some of those things that people complain about, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it did a great job. Like I say, especially considering what I fed it. No leaks. No, everything stayed nice and tight so far. But I never had a leak in my other tumbler until after I'd used it for like 3-4 years. So again, I think that's expected wear and tear on your machine. You know, hi, Jackie. Boy, you're here just in time for me to say goodbye. So I wish I could stay in chat, guys. I would stay in chat all day with you, but I got called into work and it is that time. So I've got to go. I do not, Chubby Hubby. I will look into that and see if I can find that out for you. Yeah, I saw that. J&V Rock Hounding, or I think that's who made that comment, that the Tumblebee was popular this Christmas. Yeah. So, all right, like I say, I'd stay and visit lots longer, but I got called into work and I got to go. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll do it again really soon. I apologize I had to cut it so short today, but as is the ways of the world. So I'll visit with you guys again really soon. I hope you have an awesome rest of your week. Do the things go out, like somebody's video, leave a nice comment, and all of that. Spread some love. In a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind. Thank you guys. You have a good rest of your week, and I'll visit with you soon. We'll see about Saturday. Maybe Saturday we'll go live again. Keep your eyes peeled. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you. Bye-bye.